Good morning. Welcome to Knicks Morning Coffee, episode 3. Today I'm going to talk about, I'm actually going to clarify something I said the other day. I had a friend that hit me up and he wanted to know why did I change my tune about the Knicks and rebuilding. And first of all, thanks for hitting me up. You called me, you texted me, but I need you to comment down below, okay, next time. So the reason why I changed my tune about the Knicks and rebuilding is because when Knicks management was telling us a couple of years ago they were going to rebuild and they weren't going to skip any steps. Now that was cool if that was the plan, but then as soon as we had a chance to get Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, we was willing to scrap that plan. And then we all know, had we gotten the number 1 pick, which would have been Zion Williams or Zion Wilkerson, whatever his name is, y'all was going to take that guy and y'all was going to ship him out for Anthony Davis. So you can tell us what you want now, but we knew what the deal was at the time. So if you didn't believe that you really wanted to rebuild, then why should we? And then now, even after the draft, when you get the young guys, then you bring in some pretty cool veterans on 1 and 2 year deals who they want to win now. They're not trying to rebuild. So again, if you don't believe it, then why should we? So to get back to my main reason of what I want to tell a friend of mine and also the rest of y'all, the reason why I wanted to scrap my rebuilding plan was because it was kind of out of frustration, because I started thinking about the 2017 draft. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a look back at the 2017 draft, where we all know at number 8 is when we got Frank Ntilikina. Now, a lot of these names, they were good names, and they didn't all pan out just yet, but we know a lot of them got promising futures. But let's just take a look at a few of them, just so they're able to tell you why should we have to wait 3 and 4 years for such a high draft pick to develop, when some of these other teams, their guys hit the door running, and then they also make the playoffs. So we know when the first pick in the 2017 was Markelle Fultz. Now, he went to the 76ers. He didn't do much over there. It was kind of crazy that the Sixers even brought him in. They wanted a true point guard, but they knew that Ben Simmons was coming back. So then what was going to happen there? So that was kind of on their fault. The Lakers took Lonzo Ball. All right, Lonzo Ball, it wasn't a great rookie year, but it was a pretty decent rookie year. He did play his game. So we got to give him that. Now, number 3, Boston took Jason Tatum. Now, we all know what kind of year Jason Tatum had. So you can't take nothing away from the basketball skills that he brought with him from Duke. He was playing ball. He was leading the team in scoring. As soon as Kyrie went down, he did everything he had to do to make sure they still had the playoffs.
He came in ready.
Now, yeah, and right, he came in ready. And then granted, he had a little bit of a team around him, but there still was a lot of unproven guys, aside from Horford. The Suns at number 4 took Josh Jackson. You can play with that one a little bit. Number 5, the one that everybody thought would be number 1, was De'Aaron Fox. He had a decent rookie year at Sacramento. I mean, nothing to write home about, but again, he came in hitting the ground running. They didn't have to wait for him. Number 6, Jonathan Isaac. He had an okay rookie year. The Bulls took Larry Marketing at number 7. He had a decent rookie year. Okay, then that left us at Frank. Now, the thing about Frank, he wasn't totally bad. But when you're picking that high with the team that we had the past few years, we had to get this one right. Now, a lot of me blame Phil Jackson for that. And I'm sorry, the way to put Frank on the spot that way, but Phil listened to his so-called trusted advisor, who was he at the time? Clarence Gaines Jr. Okay, he's supposed to come with a big reputation. And he really hammered this pick home to Phil that Frank was going to be the savior in the triangle offense. So Phil there, gone or not, it shouldn't even matter. If you're picking that high and you're supposed to really understand the triangle offense, even if you're gone, that means we're supposed to have a pure point guard. And we didn't get that. And we treated him like he should have been in the D League at the time. All right, then you have Dennis Smith Jr. at Dallas, who a lot of other people wanted the Knicks to take at the time. Especially what I liked about Dennis Smith Jr. at the time. I didn't necessarily want him at the time, but a lot of veterans who had already retired or recently retired, they thought the Knicks should have took him. So that just told me it must have been something about him that they thought he could handle New York. And then we're going to jump down to Malik Monk, and then what do I know? That really was going to be my pick. I love pure shooters. He had heart. He had some handles. He played D. So he was, to me at the time, he was the two guard or the guard that we needed to take. After that, there was some other guys. Before I get to the one I really want to talk about, Bam Adebayo, he had an okay year.
Is that the year with Willie Cauley-Stein too, or no?
No, Cauley-Stein came out way before that. Sacramento took Justin Jackson at 15, who I kind of like too. Again, what do I know? Because he was a pure shooter in college, and I thought maybe he brought that to the NBA. It would transpire, but it didn't. Maybe it will. And then we're going to jump down to number 19, which was John Collins for the Hawks. Great rookie year. They didn't make the playoffs, but he made great strides in year one. So when he got to year two, it's just a matter of putting it all together for him. All right, we're going to skip down to number 22 with Jaren Allen from the Nets. Okay, he had a pretty good rookie year, so you can't take nothing away from him. And then, of course, everybody know about, which was at 27, what Kyle Kuzma did. So that's just kudos to the Lakers and their scout team, because honestly, I didn't know too much about Kyle Kuzma. A lot of people tell me now that they did. I didn't, but look what kind of pick he turned out to be. So now we're just going to jump back a little bit in this draft to talk a little bit about, in fact, we ain't even going to talk about Jason Tatum, because we really all know what he did for Boston. But the main person I really want to talk about that the Knicks missed out on in the 2017 draft. All right, and that's at number 13, Donovan Mitchell. Now, Donovan Mitchell, we watched him at Louisville. He had an okay season, when he really caught my eye. I think that might have been his junior year or something at the time, but he had an okay season because I always follow Louisville. But Rick Pitino, before the draft, he begged the Knicks, told them this was the most NBA-ready player, and he's going to be perfect for your team. And then, of course, what we do, we let it slide. We let him. Well, a lot of other teams did, but we know we needed a player like that. And what does he turn out to do? He comes into the league. You're talking about hitting the ground running. You could argue, rookie of the year, second year most improved. He was like a veteran out there from day one. And they made the playoffs. And he was a major factor in the reason why they made the playoffs. Now, I do think a lot of that goes to the fact that they had lost some players, and some of the players that they had, they just rallied behind him. But just the fact that he was able to do what he did the whole season without a drop-off and make the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs, if you remember, that says a whole lot. So the reason why I just totally scrapped the rebuild, because if these teams with some of those players that I just named, if they can come in as a rookie, same way Frank did, under the same scrutiny, if they can come in and do what they did in year one and then follow it up in year two, then why can't we have that? Why we can't have that? So all that rebuilding, I'm just not feeling it right now. Now, if you know me, you know I love my Knicks. They go down, I go down. But we don't have to go down that way. We ain't got time to wait to be rebuilding 2 and 3 years down the road, when right now there's no clear-cut favorite. The door is open right now. So let's get out there right now and play ball. And if these guys that we just drafted in the last 2 years, particularly this year, and they're high draft picks, and we draft them for a reason, so let's see what they got. But if they're not ready, then you got to come off the bench. If you're not ready, let's try to win every game that we can out there and then see where we fall. All right, so I just want y'all to think about that for a minute. Let me know what y'all think, and then comment. The text is cool, especially if I know you can phone call here and there. But we need to comment, the likes, and how all that go. But I also want to let you know that I got something good. I'm going to be doing my favorite 15 best Knicks of all time. Now, if you're an old head like me, it's going to be some names that you forgot about. And if you're a new Knicks fan, then I suggest when I do that one, have your laptop or have your phone out, because you're going to have to Google some of those guys. But I'm going to do my 15 favorite Knicks of all time. And I'm going to tell you, the team I'm going to put out there for that, I'll put that team up against anybody's, maybe aside from the Lakers, I'll put it up against anybody's best 15 in the NBA. All right, so thanks for listening. Y'all have a good time out there. And again, hit that button and do what you got to do. Peace.